Everyone says you need to see things to actually believe them. But what do you do when you can't even trust your own brain? From a puddle that looks like a drop to a man running in the sky, here are 25 illusions you need to see twice to understand. When you first watch this video, you'll probably think the whole column is moving, right? Wrong, it's actually just the people that are walking. Since we can't see their moving legs, it kinda looks like they're just standing, even when they're walking. On top of that, everyone seems to be walking at the same pace, which just adds to the illusion. When this guy was about to drive into this tunnel, he suddenly noticed that this drop came out of nowhere. It didn't make any sense for there to be a random drop, so when he went closer, he realized it was just a puddle. Because of the light around it, the puddle created a mirage that left this man stunned. This guy was recording a car coming towards him. But at the last second, the car totally flips over and starts driving away instead. It takes a good couple of seconds for one's mind to figure out what's happening here. The cars we see coming are just reflections of the cars in the glass of the bus stop. Now, that's enough to make anyone miss their bus. This poor little girl was just getting her photo taken like she normally would, but when they looked at the photo again, the girl almost looked like she had some kind of leg deformity. They later realized that it was just the popcorn she was holding that was completely blending into the background. When you first watch this video, it just looks like a regular Jeep going across the puddle. Everything looked perfectly normal with the clip, until the very end. That's when it's revealed that the Jeep was actually a toy the whole time. Because of the realistic setup and camera work, they were able to make the Jeep look like it was a regular-sized one. In this video, it looks like there are a bunch of bugs on the other side of this glass, just waiting to be let inside. But these bugs are actually people dancing above the glass. Because of their movement, it looks exactly like bugs. The vehicles in this video look like they're disappearing into thin air as they go through absolute nothingness. But in reality, they're actually just turning onto another road. The bridge is actually the roof of a building. The illusion happens because of the weird angle the cameraman recorded this video from. When this man jumps off the deck, he suddenly starts running on the literal sky. Or at least that's what it looks like. He actually is just running on a fully frozen ice and flipped the video upside down, making it seem like he's running on the sky. This sky looks like it's genuinely missing some pixels, but it's actually something completely different. The weird-looking object in the sky is a B-2 stealth bomber. The cameraman will probably be losing some pixels instead if he doesn't take cover in time. These guys were just taking some shots and decided to take a picture, but in the picture, it almost looks like there's an invisible fourth hand with a floating glove. Turns out, there is a fourth man, but his camo jacket is the thing that's making him completely disappear. When you first watch this video, you'll probably think this girl is pretty stupid and not looking where she's going at all. Then suddenly, she gets out of the car while it's still going at a high speed. But instead of falling to the ground, she's able to walk around normally. Turns out, the car wasn't even moving. It was just a train moving in the background. Nothing seems wrong with this video at first, it's just a cat doing its own thing. But as the video goes on, something doesn't look quite right. That's because the shadow of the cat is a whole other cat. Both the cats have the same movement, which makes it look like the black cat is just a shadow of the other. Guess you would call it a copycat. This just looks like a regular glass of water at first, but the guy behind the camera just can't seem to grab it. Once he did hold the glass, that's when everyone realized that it was just a very big glass of water. The illusion is actually because of the planks of the table and the angle they used to film the glass. Nothing about this video seems to make any sense whatsoever. It almost looks like a sandworm explosion coming out of a truck. But once the truck comes closer, you can see that it's actually just a wind turbine blade. This guy is so good at juggling cigar boxes, it almost looks like he has another arm altogether. He managed to juggle them at a ridiculous speed that it even made it look like his arm was basically everywhere. When this guy jumped down into the ocean, it looked like he was heading straight for the huge rock, but as he was falling, it was clear the rock was very far away, even though it looked like it was right there. This dog looked like it was completely stuck inside this oven with no way out. But with another look, the person behind the camera came to a realization that the dog was actually outside the oven and that it was just its reflection. This video almost looked like it was some kind of a protest at first, with a bunch of people carrying torches. But it's nothing like that at all. The video is just a piece of cardboard that's burning. At first glance, this motorcyclist looks completely headless, but as the video goes on, it turns out that he's just looking downwards towards his tires. But his headgear matches his outfit, which is the thing that causes the illusion. These guys were playing ball games at the beach while being filmed from above. As weird as it seems, the black part is just their shadows and not their bodies. If you look closely, you'll realize where their actual body is, but the sun is hitting them in a way that makes it hard to tell. 3D art has been around for a pretty long time, but it's usually not good enough to fool anyone. Except for this one, these traffic cones were so well drawn on the ground that they almost look real even next to the actual traffic cones. The head and the legs you see in this video are actually the same people. Even though the top and bottom halves of the man look completely separate, it's just a perspective that keeps playing tricks on our brain. When the video starts, something starts coming from the sky in slow motion. It looks like a huge rock that'll probably break anything under it. But we find out that it's just a snowflake that the windshield wiper was able to get rid of in no time. At first, the man in this video just looks like he's going up to the escalator, but as the camera pans over, we realize there is no escalator and it's just regular stairs instead. The man had figured out a way to go up the stairs so smoothly that it literally looked like it was an escalator. Alright, which one of these optical illusions tripped you out the most? Let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Trend Joint, and we'll see you in the next one.